the Line of Duty star Martin Compston, who's going to be presenting a live show in front of Scotland fans out here. I caught up with him yesterday to talk a little bit about that, and of course we had to talk about Scotland's hopes heading into that big game tomorrow against the hosts Germany when they will kick off the tournament. Martin, great to see you. You have your own show, and what a time to have it right in the middle of Scotland taking part in the Euros.
I know, it's quite surreal to be here, you know. Taking nothing away from the boys qualifying for the last one, but you know, the world was a different place with COVID and all that kind of thing, and the half-empty stadiums. And I'm not really a fan of the tournaments going the way they are now, being spread out. You know, I love the idea you had, like it was a Italia 90 and all that kind of France 98, and so the last time we qualified for a proper one like this was Euro 96. You know, and I was 12.
The emotions,
terror, terror, excitement. In some ways, I don't want the anticipation's half the fun of it. Like, you don't want it to start because I don't want it to be over. I think I got here quite early, and you're seeing the fans coming in. I'm really excited. I think the day before the game is when you really see the influx and the build of that huge anticipation. But we're kind of we kind of become the masters of glorious failure, you know, and I think Steve Clarke is quite right that we need to get out of that mentality. You know, it's not good enough to just do a good show and have a good sing-song and then go home. We want to be involved in it later, so I do think this time, instead of just coming up here to make up the numbers, I really do think we've got to try and get out of this group. Had
things panned out differently, you yourself as a former player, you could have ended up playing
because if
internationally. Talk us through the kind of footballing career you had before turning to acting.
If there was any chance of that happening, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be trying. And also, I'm 40 now, so that time would have long gone. You know, it's a thing in life that I don't think it's a bad thing to know your limitations, because you know what you're good at then and know what you can really go for. So no, I was lucky to make my debut. I mean, but now that was 23 years ago. But yeah, I knew my level, and I knew I had a decent chance at acting, so it was the right choice.
You pleased with how things have panned out? Because it has been a very successful acting career for you since.
Hopefully it's still got a while to go. You know, that's the one thing with acting. You know, even 40 now is quite young. And look, I do feel like the whole country's part of this. You know, there's those guys who are going to represent us on the pitch, but you know, just to even be here as part of, you know, the Tartan Army, it's an amazing feeling.
And how is things shaping up? Because I know a lot of Line of Duty fans out there will be wondering, is there a chance you'll be reprising that role, hitting our screens again?
We've always said, I think we've got one more in us at some point. I think the thing is with Jed, and he's quite right, we wouldn't do it just for the sake of it. You know, there'd have to be a story to tell, but I think we believe there is one. And me, Vicky and Eddie, you know, they're not just colleagues, they're two of my closest friends. You know, I just spent a weekend with Vicky doing my head in because she beat us at Soccer Aid, and she's still not shutting up about it over the WhatsApp. But so us getting together at some point would be great. But you know, it's that thing, like, we're very grateful that how big the show's got, but that all afforded us other opportunities, so we're all away doing different stuff at different times of year, so it's getting us all together and getting the right story. So I would love to at some point, but yeah, there's unfortunately no update at the minute.
Martin, great to speak to you. Thanks so much.
Cheers,
Thank you.
That's
great.
Thanks.